If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Now, what is content in Salesforce? So here when we say content management, we are basically talking about anything that you can upload as a document that you can search, preview, have a look at, and allow tagging. You can add them to different libraries and allow users to access them through different privileges that they need to access. Now, in that context, we are going to look at the content management. And to work on this, you can refer to this document. This is a good document that has explained almost everything related to content management. Most of it you will be able to complete. Other than that, if you want to code, let's assume, there is some custom functionality that is not satisfying your requirement, even that too you can do. So there's nothing wrong about it. You can even code with the help of this. So no issues, we can now proceed. So this is about the content management that we are going to look into. Content, as I said, this refers to every resource that is viewable, searchable, and you can add them to the library and add appropriate users and functions related to that. Let's have a quick look at this through the interface. So if you look over here, and if you look at the user, if you go to the user, so here on the user page, you open your own user, and when you will do that, and if you scroll down, you will find here Salesforce CRM content user as checked. Now, what is meant by this check option? If this user is not checked, first of all, CRM content is a licensed licensed functionality that is available. And in order to make use of this, you must have this checkbox checked over here. So let me add it here. We have this content management as a featured functionality. So this is a featured functionality, and since it is featured, the user page, so you need to enable it explicitly from the user page. Now, once it is enabled, the user who is enabled as a content user or content management user, they can go here in all tabs and they can start searching for content. And if you notice here we have something called content. Or what you can also do is in the drop down here you will find an application called content. If you have not deliberately hidden it from your profiles, you will be able to find it here. So let's open this. And now if you see here, at the top there are certain things that are listed like charter, libraries, content, subscription, reporting, snapshot, right? If you remember, we had already talked about charter earlier as well, that wherever there is any file, any post that you want to share with your friends or those of your project members and organization members, you can do that through charter. And this is basically a collaborative tool that will help you to enhance the set of tools that you can access in one go. So this was about charter. It is basically the part of your charter functionality, but you can also make use of them through the content. Now, the next thing that you have here is about libraries. Now, what is a library? This is your library that is by default there. You won't find any library here. This is something that I added. Now, if you want to work in this library, all that you can do is you can click on new and you can start creating your library. Like for example, I'll create mine. So in library, whatever documents you add, those will be the part of this library. And then this document to this library if there is a member who's added here, like I want to add few members who is like Arthur Song, I want to add him. I want to add some public group, I can add them. If I want to add some standard users, I can add them as well. If I want to add custom portal managers, if there will be any, I can add that as well, and partner users, that too. If you remember, we created partner portal and customer portal. The library and content are even accessible to them if we allow them through to do that. So this is one of the setting anyways, but yeah, you can do that if you need. And then once added, you can click on next. You can confirm what kind of permissions they can have, like they can have author, viewer, or library administrator permission. So what are they basically? So author means that you can go ahead and you can write something. Viewer means read-only permission. While the library administrator, he can delete, he can modify, he can send a document from one library to another. So things like that. So we want all these users to have viewer permission, this one to have author, and admin will be admin users. That's a group. So that's it. I'll say save, and these are the users who are added to my group. And they are the people who are going to now access my application here. Now when I do this, and if somebody wants to contribute to this library, they can click over here, and that's called contribute. So then whatever file a person wants to add, like I want to add this document, day 20 document here, I'll upload. And I will have to add here a title for the document, like say day 20, some description. Day 20 session files. You can save it in your private library or you can publish it to a shared library. So I can see here there are two libraries. One was something that I created yesterday and there is another library that is created today. So I've added here, I can add the author name. I can add some tags. Now please notice that I can add some tag. I'm adding here day 20. Okay. And I can select here record type. It could be general. You can see here something called account. This is not a standard field. This is something that I had added. So let me not add anything here and let me just publish this. So once done, I can view the content. And now if you carefully notice, it's the tag that is given. It's the author, it's the version, it's feature. And here you can see the preview of the document. See how nicely the document is uploaded, right? If any user wants to write any comment, or if someone wants to update the version, like for the same document, I have a newer version available, I can get that. So then it's the version 2 which will be available from now onwards, and the previous one will be overloaded. Likewise, if someone wants to download this content or who has downloaded it, you can get the list of that. Subscribers, if somebody is subscribed to this to access if any changes, if there is anything. Content packs, if there is if it is particularly added to any content pack. This is almost kind of a folder structure, you can say. So basically you can add your details from here. You can add upload, update, edit, delete, or you can share it with another library or move to another library. Since you are an administrator, you have flexibility of doing all this thing. Now if somebody reads the document and he or she likes it, he or she can go ahead and like the document or dislike the document as and when the case is. Now as I told you that these fields is something that I have added. So if you want to see how this got added, so we can go to setup for this. And here in the setup area, if you quickly search for files, what you will notice is that you have file settings here. It is called Salesforce files. So if you just look at here are certain settings, right? And there is a content version, content document, and all these things. And below this you have field. So if you open this fields, you can see here that I created yesterday a couple of fields. If you remember, yesterday I created a namespace as well and added it as a managed package. As a result, what has happened? So everything that I'll be creating from now onwards, that will have the API name of like this, right? So the API name will automatically be replaced at all such locations in this manner, right? So this is what I mean. This is about the content version, the fields, and yes, this is called content version. So not today, but tomorrow we'll be learning about how to write triggers and all. So if at all you want to write a trigger over a content object, you will be writing it on this content version. Content version will be the object for this. If you want to add any other field, you can add over here, right? Any kind of field dependency, any kind of custom fields that you want, you can add from here. And all these fields will be displayed in the content in the additional information, right? Any questions so far? Anyone? Any questions? Anyone so far? Okay, so there are no questions. Let's go back. So this was one of the content that is uploaded, and we can find it within the content. If I go back, I'll find it here in the content details as well, right? If I go to the subscriptions, we can see if there is any subscription that is made by any user, any tags or authors or library, right? Then just go here. You can see here on the left hand side that there is a filter sort of thing that is added, this area. So if you want to filter your data by some field, you can quickly do that by just clicking on that particular filter, and will automatically filter your data based on what you have passed. So if you want any particular filter to work, just check this checkbox from this area. Along with this, you also have something called files. So here it is called files. Let me modify this page layout. So you can see here there's this customized tabs at the top. So when I click on this customized tabs, and if I want to add files here, I can pick this up, I can drop it here, I'll place it next to libraries, and I'll remove this reporting snapshot. This is not a part of it. So then I can save it. And if now I open files, I can see all these files that are placed here. If I want to download a file, share it with some people, share it with some group, I should be able to do it from here. If I want to modify any sharing setting for any users or something, I can do all these things from here, right? So files does nothing but all those files that you have uploaded. You can even drag and drop that to this area. For example, so this is the area, and if I just drag and drop a file, that will also be uploaded. So if I want to add any kind of sharing settings, I can do that. Otherwise, sorry, otherwise it will be directly uploaded. Let this load. Okay, this is taking a little while to load, so let it do that. Meanwhile, we'll proceed. Whatever files you will upload or you will share, that will be the part of this where you have given, where you are already given a drag and drop feature by default. So you can do that. You can upload your files to library within that folder. As you saw that within a particular library, you can give some particular sharing rights, so that whatever, let's say I have some document which is specific to an opportunity, and since it is already since it is not cracked already, I wouldn't like to share it with anyone. So I can upload it to the library, and this will be uploaded here in this manner, right? Similarly, for files, if you're uploading any file, you can do a drag and drop and that will be uploaded, and then you can modify its property, its sharing features and all that. Then you have something called content. For content, what I have told you is you can upload your documents, you can modify their properties like here. And yes, there is this feature of tag. So if you want to tag it with something like day one, sorry, so day one, or if you want introduction. So a user can just go add as many tags as he wants. Tag is nothing but it allows you to search the things faster. The retrieval mechanism will be way a lot faster than what it had been earlier with the help of these tags. Once you do that, you can download, edit, archive, delete their content, do whatever you want to. You can print the original version or automatically download the PDF version of it as well. Like for example, if I try to get the PDF, you can see that it has done the feature of automatic conversion of the day one document, right? So overall, it's a very enriching experience, very enriching form of something that you can do. You can search it across your libraries, you can tag it, you can refine your search based on these tags, and this will all simplify your work. More than that, you're also having versioning. So if a document comes up with multiple versions, even then you will have the details for this. So please notice that here it's version 2. So the latest version will be kept. If you want to make it a featured article, so then it will be a featured article, a specific that will be accessible to some specific users. Now, on the same lines, there is one more thing that you should be knowing about. That while you search here for files, you can see here Salesforce files and you can see some general settings. Let's open that quickly. So Salesforce file settings. If you want to sync your files, so whatever attachment related records are uploaded as Salesforce files, not as attachment. If you want to enable this permission, you need to check here. You need to check this checkbox. Likewise, for the Salesforce CRM content. So you want to modify the CRM content settings for your organization. You want to enable Salesforce CRM content. You want to auto assign feature licenses. I mean, this is all features that are by default enabled. If you want to enable anything as such specifically, you can do that. Files user interface allows sharing files with libraries. So from the user interface itself, you can share it with libraries. So let's check this. If you want to enable multilingual search and contribute, like if your organization is supported with multiple languages and still you want to allow the contribution and all, you need to check this checkbox. If you want to enable content pack, enhanced document viewer, or if owners can delete something, so you can check this checkboxes, but we won't do that. So, and then content deliveries. Like when the content is there, somebody clicks it, somebody downloads it, then what you want is that the content that is delivered, that must be password protected or without password protected, or password protected is optional. How do you want this security feature to be enabled? You can check this from here. File connect setting. So you have file connect. File connect is nothing but an offline feature. You have files. You remember yesterday we talked about it. If you go to my settings, you have here, and if you go to desktop add-ons, you'll find here force.com connect offline, to which you can download anything and everything. So that do you want to download things from here? So enable file connect and customize it for your org, and enable it for external object search layout. For any external object sharing or search layout, do you want to allow this file connect settings? Then library permissions. So what kind of library permission do you want? If you want to add any other permission apart from the detailed one, given one, you can add from here. And in that you can specify what the user can do, like they can tag, they can deliver, they can attach or share content, organize file or folders, whatever feature you want to do. From here you can create altogether a new permission itself, right? So yeah, so this is what is there. Apart from that, there is one more setting. Let me just check if it is available here. Spot. Yeah, so here is something called Google Apps setting. Just search here for Google's and you will be able to do that. So here, if you go to this Google App settings, what you need to do is, it's a business focused suite of website product services that provide powerful communication and collaboration tools. With that, you can make use of Gmail, that is send and receive emails sent to your domain, and stay connected and work together using Google Doc, create online documents and collaborate in real time, spreadsheet in your browser window, presentations, and start page. Okay, so if you want to make use of this, first of all, you need to have account. If not, please sign up. Then what you need to do is to configure your administrative password, Google Apps administrative contact. So this is my contact. And if you have any particular domain, like we have one for ZaranTech, so if I write here ZaranTech.com, just configure your domain and we'll save it. So once it is saved, if I want to activate any settings like add Google Docs to Salesforce.com, add Gmail to Salesforce, add Gmail buttons and links, Gmail Google Docs sidebar component, we can enable all these services from here. Okay, so we want to enable add Google Docs to the Salesforce feature. It is a part of content itself. So you can agree to the terms and conditions and you can save. Now once done, this feature is enabled. And now if you go back to your content or files, and if you check here, just 1 second. No, there is actually, now we have this option here. Let me just check this again. So if we go here, share my link. Yeah, please notice that if you want to, okay, no, it's not there. Okay, ideally what happens when we enable this feature of add Google to Salesforce.com, so then whatever documents you have, that documents you can even share with your with some particular contact that is there. Like if there is a Google Doc that is there, if you want to share it with some user, you can easily share that with the help of these Google Docs. Right now, I'm not sure why it is not visible here. Oops, libraries. Okay, might be something wrong. I am not able to find what is wrong over here. Let me just go to library once again. Yeah, sorry, here it is, add Google Doc. So now if you have a URL, if you want to add a URL as a Google Doc, you just contribute. So wherever you want to publish, you want to share, add it to your shared library. I told you you can have multiple language support. Just give me a minute. Yeah, so you can have a multiple language support. You can publish in which language you want to publish it. You can add tags to it, and that's it. You can publish. So then your document is published. You can view the content, and that document will be available here. Since it's a link that's not valid, that's why it's not representing here. But if it is a Google link, it will be available here. Let me try with that. So gmail.com. So since we have added the domain as this one, so this is ZaranTech's domain, and for the Google Doc, we can share some document from here. This is the link for my Google Doc. I can make use of this. Or let me just check if they provide any other link here. Okay, let me just pick this one, copy, and you need to actually provide a proper link. If the link is not proper, it won't work. So let me go back again. Yeah, I'm trying to add a Google Doc. You're pasting, contribute. No one has downloaded this content. Okay, it's not displaying it here directly. Published to the library. Okay, it's not getting loaded. It's not getting loaded, but yes, if you have a document, you can upload it by this means. So anyways, you can upload a proper document with a link and check this. Then I have one more thing that I need to explain. That's about the content folder. Create new content pack. So you can see here there's this content pack. You can create your own content pack from here. So if you want to upload something in this content pack, so you have to first of all drag and drop your library files here, anything that you want to upload. Same thing, nothing new. Okay, it's not allowing to drag and drop. Okay, so now it got upload it. Okay, somehow I'm not able to drag drop to this area for now, but we can drag and drop our files. We can add it to the area, and then we can just save it, and this will automatically be created as our content. You can name this content, this content pack something, and that you can specify in this area. So that's it from the content thing. This is all from the content. What you can do, how you can create different content, how you can share them with each other. So any questions, anyone? Any questions here? So with this content, as I told you, what you can do, you can create, you can share, you can view some document if you want to search some document. All these features are accessible as a part of this content management. Yeah, so that's all about it. Yeah, you can create your own libraries. Libraries will allow you to for the sharing of it, and you can also share them through Google Docs. So you can allow sharing for the Google Docs. All these features that I have explained you right now, they are all available as a part of the Salesforce CRM content implementation guide that's shared with you. You can go through this entire thing if you want once, and then you can make use of it. One more thing that is there is that the content that you upload here or you work with, that you can share with your with others as well. There is a thing for File Connect setting. Can you please explain that? So File Connect. So first thing is here. If you go to this area, My Settings, and if you go to Desktop Add-ons, you have this Force Connect Offline. So if you want to enable any feature to be downloaded offline into your desktop in your local area, in your local machine, that you can do from here. And that File Connect feature, it also even allows you to access the things offline. So without, so you can directly download to this offline feature or connect offline. It will be available in your desktop in offline mode. That is the same thing that is talking about there as well. So you just need to allow a checkbox that will enable it to save to these locations. Right. So any other question, anyone? No, not all the contacts will download offline. That is all only related to content, not with contact. If you want to get the details of the contact, you can make use of data loader. Okay, what is it? Can you tell me what's the question? Materials on Google Drive is a lot of mess. Which one to study? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, there is no document specific as such, but these are all related to one another, and more than that, they're all same. There is not much difference in each of them. If you go through a couple of documents, after that you'll find that the things are all similar. And this File Connect thing, as we were talking about right now, they're mainly to share and collaborate. So if you want to download it locally, or you want to share it through Chatter or community, or through files, any file resources. You can do this with the help of this feature that's about the File Connect. And as far as the Google Drive is concerned, you will have to go through that. There is no escape to it. And all those documents, they're nothing but they're all created by those who have given the examination recently. So if they find some questions there, they collate it and they upload it. So, I mean, there is nothing like someone in specific you have to go for. You can skim through once, and then you can see that most of the questions that you'll study for once, the most of them will remain same afterwards. Okay. So, any other question, anyone? Yes, it needs to organize, but I don't have access to this. This is I mean, I just have view access, not modify or organize access for that. So I cannot do this. This can only be done by the backend team. So if you want any help in specific, you will have to connect with them. But yes, all those files, there's nothing as such favorite over there. All of them are useful. That's how it is. Okay. All right. So then let's move ahead. Okay. Then I need to explain you one more thing, and it is about emails with the email template with Visualforce. If you remember last time we had seen okay, for Files Connect, I want to tell you one more thing here. That File Connect is basically used for integrating with cloud-based external data sources. It's available in all editions, but when you want to do this for on-premise solutions, for on-premise file sources, you must have Enterprise or above edition. So for that, you may need to pay some extra cost. So this was one thing that I had missed in between. The next topic that I wanted to cover now is related to your email templates. So actually we have 20 minutes. Okay, let's go with this, creating email templates. So how you do that? So what's an email template basically? So I told you that email templates are something that will automatically do the merge thing. So a merge feature is automatically there. For example, um, you have to send some personalized emails to, let's say, 500 folks, and it's definitely not possible to create each email by yourself. So then what you will do, you will just create the email and you will update it with the detailed information and with whatever is specific to a user. You can make use of the merge thing that we talked about. So now, with respect to that, we have something called Visualforce email templates. So if you go to Setup Communication Templates, you'll find here email templates. Let me just go here. Okay, so the next thing that we are looking at is Visualforce email templates. So for this Visualforce email templates, what's the difference between other email templates and Visualforce email templates? So at times we may have to create some dynamic data along with dynamic information. Now, although this merge feature is there, but it connects with a specific record. And it's not that very much dynamic. Like for example, I'll give you a problem statement. Just try to analyze this and let me know if you can cater it otherwise. Like you have to create invoice. You have to create an invoice with details of all the product that you purchase. Details of all products that you can purchase. Okay. So, and you need to send it to the people around you, whosoever you are addressing. Like you need to send it to your customer who has placed the order. To send to a customer. Right? So yeah, so you need to send it to customer who has purchased it. And as we were talking about this, the Visualforce email templates. Sorry. So what happens with other email templates is that you can attach an attachment to it, but those attachments are more or less static. While if you create in Visualforce email templates, you can create some dynamic attachments here. Attachments. Right? You can create some dynamic attachments that will really help you to send the data across to the users. Now on that lines, let's have a quick look at this. If I need to create a template, I'll click on new template. I can click on Visualforce. I can move next. And I can add the folder to which I want to attach it to. I'll mark it available for use. I'll add here email template name. That is, let's say VF temp. And you can give it some name, some encoding format, and you can add some subject. For now, I'm adding some random subject. I can add my recipient type, which could either be a contact, user, or a lead. Either of these. I can add some related to type, like for which I'm sending off the email across. So if I'm sending it for cases, I'll select here case. I'll click on save. So once done, I can now go ahead and I can attach, I can edit my email template. So if I click here, I can see a template like this. Now let me just copy paste this thing here and let me just explain you about the different constructs. If this topic won't be covered today, I will be taking up this topic again tomorrow. But this is something for you to understand from the perspective of your programming things and all. I mean, with respect to examination, there is only one question that can be asked in developer examinations. That is, VF email templates cannot be used for, you need to remember this, that VF email templates cannot be used for mass emailing. So that's the only thing that you need to remember here. Other than that, rest everything is same. Cannot be used for mass emailing. Now, if you look at this, if you look at the code here, it says, so everything in VF, just like the VF page, your VF email template should also start with messaging : email, and it should end with messaging : email template. Right? The starting and ending point should only be this. You can specify your subject, recipient type, and related to type, and the data will be picked up accordingly. Now, for the body of the email can be of two types. It can either be a plain text email body, just like what you're seeing, what you can see here, or it can also be an HTML text email body. So it can be a plain text email body or HTML email body. So either of these could be there, and it must be enclosed within this template, messaging, email template. this must be the starting ending tag for the template. If it is not there, um, your uh, your uh, um, your message will not be encapsulated properly. So be sure of this. You can have either these two types of body, and you can have this type of template, and the body enclosed within that template, having all the details related to that. Now, whatever you're writing in these templates, it is a plain text email body. Now, since it is a plain text email body, it will have default look and feel related features. By default, you cannot add here any kind of HTML content. No HTML content can be added in this. One more thing that you should remember here is that you have here recipient type and you have here related to type. So whenever you want to address any field from recipient, you will have to write something like recipient dot the field name, like lead dot source. So you will have to write like this: source recipient. Let me just check it here. So this is recipient dot source. And since it's a formula, recipient to related to recipient to, you have to place it within curly braces exclamation mark. Let me just save this to recipient. Just a second. Leads. Let me check what fields we have for leads. Annual revenue is there for lead. Let me place it here. Yeah, so if you need to address some field from recipient, it must be written like this: within curly brackets, exclamation mark, recipient dot the field name. This should be the API name. Likewise, if it is for your related to, you will also have to write it in the similar manner. Curly brackets, exclamation mark. Here you will write related to dot the field name. So here it's case, so we can write something like origin. Right? So if you save this, this will populate the value. So let me just provide it here. This is something related to syntax that you need to remember. And every syntax, every formula field, every VF related thing that you have looked at so far is applicable even here as well. If at all you want to add some kind of dynamic attachment to this, so after the body tag, you can add here messaging comma colon attachment. You can see here it's messaging colon attachment. So you can make use of this messaging colon attachment to add any kind of attachment related data here. So if you want to add any attachment, dynamic attachment, so all that dynamic attachment has to flow within this attachment thing here. Attachment. Let me add it next to this. So messaging colon attachment, it's going to add attachment related data to your email template. So please remember these key points. You are going to get some certification questions from these key points only. There's nothing apart from that. But yes, with respect to the implementation point of view, if you have to implement it, let's quickly create an email template, and let me remove these things that are not needed. Like for example, earlier we created a template for confirmation of the case. So I can write something like this. Case created. So because it is related to case here, so I can write case created, and you can write here the case number. So if I need to specify the case number, I can add my formula fields here. So I can write it there, and I can write case number. You may wonder, how can I get the API names for this? So to get the API name, sorry. So to get the API name, what you can do is you can go to so as I told you, you cannot write case number. You can write here related to case number. Just save this thing, so then it will be visible. Now if you want to get the merge things, that what should you add as a merge field, for this what you can do is you can directly go to communication templates. You remember that there are 2-3 other type of templates where you can find some merge fields. Like if you go here and if you find for a text template, edit, you can see there are some merge fields. So if you go here to the case field, and if you want to see how the API name for something has to be written, you can copy this thing. You just need to copy and paste the same format of data here as well. Just that if it is related to, replace it by related to. And if it is as recipient, you will have to write it as recipient.field name, right? So add it as what is given over there. You have to make sure that it should be same as what is mentioned, right? So it is related to this case, and I have added the case number. By default, this will be added. So then if you want to add some details, sorry. So then if you want to add some email here like hi, and then you want to add the lead name. So let's assume here it will be colon exclamation mark. You can write recipient dot name. So name, and you can add here comma, and then you can add the case as created, the case, and then this thing, case number. Related to what? Related to some subject. So you can add here case dot subject name. So related to dot case number or whatever it is. You have added this. If you want to add any global variable, that you can do. So for any global variable, you can add here things like regards, and you can add some global variable like colon. How you add a global variable is dollar user dot name. So whosoever is the logged in user, that name, first name, last name, that should be populated. So once that is done, I can now save it. And if I can save this, this will be the template that is there. Then if I do send, verify, and merge, it will automatically pick up the lead information and the case information, and I can click on OK. And the data accordingly will be populated. I mean, you can write anything over here. I'll give you one more example in this context, but that is a little longer. I'll quickly show that to you. But even if you're not clear, we will take that tomorrow, or let's leave it for the day. Let me know if you have any questions from this thing, because I need to explain you a few more things from this attachment and how you can add a dynamic attachment, how you can make the data flow into this. So this I can show you, but I need some time to explain this. So apart from this, are the rest of the things clear, like email template? What are the body of the email template? Why have I written like related to and thing? So is this thing clear to everyone? I mean, the syntax and semantics or the formulas that are associated, are those clear to you? Let me quickly copy paste this as well. You can refer to it for your practice. One more question from VF thing that you can get is how to reference a global variable. Do you know what a global variable is? Anyone who knows what a global variable is? So anything, so there is an answer, it seems. Yes. So okay. So can you please tell me what is a global variable? Alright, let me explain this. So global variable is nothing but a variable that automatically populates some details as per the organization. Let's say, for example, you're logged in at a particular moment of time. So the user who is logged in, his details, if you want to populate, you make use of $user. For any global variable, if you want to populate the detail, it will be flower braces exclamation mark dollar, then object dot field name. That's the syntax that you will always be following, and the syntax remains same always. It's not going to be different for any other variable, but yes, you can get a question on this for your developer examination. Remember this global variable thing. Yeah, so that's all from this end. Do we have any questions here? We talked about email sorry, talked about VF email template, but I need to explain here one more example that I'll be taking up in next session.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.